Let's move on to other global stories now. North Korea has reportedly fired more than 15 missiles off its coast, and South Korea has called it a quote-unquote territorial invasion. Air raid sirens blared in parts of South Korea. 3 other ballistic missiles were also fired into the South's waters. Seoul says it was the first time that this kind of missile reached the south of the disputed border. In response, the South Korean military has fired 3 air-to-ground missiles. One of the missiles landed less than 60 kilometers off South Korea's coast. A statement coming in from Seoul reads, and I quote, "The North Korean missile launch is very unusual and unacceptable as it fell close to the South Korean territorial waters for the first time." This came just hours after Pyongyang demanded joint drills by the US and South Korea to stop. It did not stop with its demands. Kim Jong-un sees the drills as a threat and has vowed consequences. So he issued a veiled threat that both countries will have to pay the most horrible price in history. North Korea has repeatedly called its missile launches as countermeasures. Japan has been a vocal critic of the latest developments.
North Korea has been repeatedly firing missiles at an unprecedented pace, and it's absolutely impermissible. In regard to further details, we will receive information later.
Washington and Seoul began one of their largest combined military air drills this Monday. Hundreds of warplanes from both sides staged mock attacks for 24 hours a day. But this has flared up tensions in the peninsula. North Korea has test-fired a record number of missiles this year, and living up to its name, the Hermit Kingdom, Pyongyang has branded all of them as retaliation, giving no further clarification whatsoever. To understand the situation on ground, our correspondent Chris Gilbert has sent us this report from Tokyo. Take a look.
These missile launches this time came quite close to land, one landing about 150 kilometers from a South Korean island, as you mentioned, setting off air raid sirens and people scrambling for shelter. Another landing about 60 kilometers from the town of Sokcho, and North Korea is saying that this is in response to Operation Vigilant Storm, a very intense and still ongoing military exercise between South Korea and the United States, featuring more than 200 warplanes conducting mock attacks 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Just yesterday, North Korea requested that these drills stop, and they haven't, and this is the response. Now, in terms of escalating tensions, as I mentioned earlier, there is a request from North Korea for these drills to stop, and that it may lead to further provocations going forward and more military action.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.